Hello, investors. Thank you for tuning in. This is Addy Saeed from Remax for TorontonianOnline.com. Here with another property that we have found. Figured I'd just run through the numbers pretty quickly just to show you how you can make money on this one. This property is about 2.5 hours outside of Toronto. It's close to London, Ontario. There are 25 units in this building, and there are 24 one-bedrooms and one two-bedroom. Looking at the numbers, the asking that the seller has right now is 1188, so $1.188 million. Price per unit, which is an amazing $47,520. I haven't seen a price this low in quite some time now. So the seller is offering a VTB right now in this property in second position for $100,000. So if you were to purchase this property, you'd require $137,000 as down payment, $854,000. That would be at 20% minus $100,000. Would be your first mortgage, and your VTB works out to $100,000. So your monthly mortgage payment would be $44.73 for your first, your $526 for your second. Total monthly is about $5,000, and $59,991 is your annual payment. Looking through the expenses, the taxes are 2012. There's a mistake over here. That's not 2010. It's 2012 for $29,119. Insurance is $25,39. Gas is $18.61, which is just for the hot water tanks and the dryer. Everything else is on hydro. The hydro, water, and sewer, as you can see, is $31,066. Now, there's baseboard heating in this building, and there aren't individual meters right now, but the seller has applied to get individual meters. So anytime you have a turnover, you could actually charge them, but you have to keep in mind that the rents go down because of it. There are no salaries posted right now. Management is $7109. This is something that the seller has added fictitiously because it will be part of the appraisal. That's why you have to take into account. Maintenance and repairs are $16,250, which is about $650 per unit per year. A little bit high in my opinion, but it's actually a good number to have it a little bit high. Super is $7,800. And on this side, you can see that the 1-2 bedroom super apartment is also added too. So that's a wash over here. There are miscellaneous incentives that they had, i.e. cable, etc. for $1,650, and the intercom telephone is at $360. So total per year is $97,754. On the income side, we have two one-bedrooms that are vacant right now, so $1,180 for that. 22 are occupied. They total up to $13,772. The 1-2 bedroom for $600 that is being occupied by the super at $7,800. Oh, I made a mistake. So this is supposed to be $7,800. So it should be another $50 on top of it. So here's my mistake. Laundry, they took the average of the past 6 months, so works out to about $224 a month. So that gives you a total of $2688. Total monthly income $15,776. Annual is $189,312. Let's go through the expenses. We have a vacancy at 8% for this property because it is located outside of Toronto. You have effective gross income working to $174,000, less operating expenses, which are at $97,753. Your net income is $76,413.52. Your mortgage payments at $59,991. Cash flow works out to $16,421. Your principal recaptured, this includes the first and the second, works out to $22,698, and your ROI works out to $39,120. Looking a little bit at the numbers for the closing, your land transfer works out to $20,235. Lawyer fees are going to be around $2,500. Building inspection at $500. Now, depending on who you're using for your mortgage, if you're going with a mortgage broker, you might have mortgage broker fees, which are anywhere between 1 to 2% of your mortgage price. Also, you have lending fees, and lending fees, depending on the lender you're using, could be up to 2.5% of your mortgage. So those are the fees that you would have to keep into account. So a trimmed down version of this purchase would be a minimum down payment of $160,000. That is your 20% down payment minus $100,000, and because you would be required about $260,000 if you didn't take the VTB. Looking at some of the analysis. So expense to income ratio 56%. Now historically we know anywhere between 25 to 35% is what you want to see for this. So there is a huge potential over here if you can increase your income. There are a couple of ways you can do it. Because it's baseboard heating, you could look at options where you can remove the baseboard heating and install maybe a central boiler unit. Nowadays, you actually have options available where you can install units that can bill individually to the tenants as well. So if a tenant is not using that much heat, they don't get billed a lot, versus somebody that is using a lot of heat. But that's more based on the water usage. So you have options like that available. Each unit can be individually controlled, but that's also an expense that you have to keep in mind. So your cap rate is right now at 6.43%, respectable. But this one is more based on, well, the analysis would be more based on the price per unit, which is $47,000. In my opinion, is a really, really good price per unit. And obviously, you have room for improvement as well. Cash return in the first year is 11.93%, and your ROI based on $160,000 income works out to 28%, which is an amazing return. Want more information about this one and you'd like to go schedule an appointment, give me a call, 1-877-439-2339. We'll talk soon. Take care. Oh, you can email me, addy@heyaddy.com. Thanks.